I tell them, well, it's worth significantly more than what I paid. But as I later found out, that appreciation is worth nothing until you sell it. Unfortunately, this was one of my biggest blind spots, and it's something I recently had to come to terms with. When people would ask me how my real estate was performing, I would usually just point to the values. I'd look at the appreciation. I'd tell them, well, it's worth significantly more than what I paid. But as I later found out, that appreciation is worth nothing until you sell it. And again, that later wound up to bite me in the butt. Now again, even though on paper, these properties were worth significantly more than what I paid, I had a lot of equity in them. Once I backed out, my repairs, the vacancy, every insurance increase, every utility bill, and every maintenance call, the actual return was only about 4 to 5% a year. And at that point, when a treasury bill pays the exact same without any of the stress, without any of the work, without any of the illiquidity, without any of the tenant risk and liability, I have to ask myself, was that actually a good investment? Even with leverage, I would have made just as much money with the most basic of index funds when you account for all the time I spent managing phone calls, notices, negotiating with contractors, dealing with random stuff, property taxes, insurances. It just wasn't worth it. I was taking on basically a part-time job, except assuming all the liability for everything that could have gone wrong. That's why I took a very expensive lesson and I started selling.